Matt Patrick.
It's 5:47. Thanks for having us in. Early Monday, back to school. Congressman Randy Weber joining us this morning. Congressman, thanks for getting up early. We sure appreciate it. You got any young ones going off to school today?
No, all of our kids are out of the house. They're part of that. We're part of those empty nesters y'all talked about.
Good for you. All right, so the Democrats are having a difficult time raising some money this year. The most difficult time they've had with fundraising in a decade. Republicans doing better, but really, if you take a look at both committees, Democrat committee, the Republican committee, they're both not necessarily killing it out there when it comes to fundraising. First of all, the first question I have, what are the issues that you see these days with raising money?
Well, of course, people are tired, Matt. I think they're tired of the dysfunctioning of Congress at a time when we need jobs. I mean, I don't have to tell you this. Y'all are watching this. President's job approval rating is at an all-time low. The bickering in Congress going back and forth. The Democrats have gotten their way. They've got Obamacare in, which is a job killer. And people are just tired of the system. I think they've got battle fatigue. They've watched this go on for a long time. They're wanting the economy to turn around. Obviously, with the bad economy and a lot of needed jobs out there, there's not as much money to go around. So I think we're seeing the results of Obama's, failed policies on Obamacare. People don't trust him. You witness the NSA, Benghazi, the IRS scandals, going after news reporters. You can go right down the list.
Now, and the Democrats are trying to pay off a debt that they still have from the last election, and they're struggling to do that. Let me ask you this. We hear so much about Battleground Texas, and this is the group, the offshoot of the Obama re-election committee that is now trying to gain traction in Texas, keeps telling us that they're doing well. Even they are having trouble gaining traction. And the reasons for that are, in your opinion, what, Congressman?
Well, in Texas, you just have to look at our economy. We were the last ones in the recession. I was in the state legislature when the country slid into recession, and we paid very, very close attention. We are very, very job friendly. We have been creating more jobs in many years, more all the other states combined. We have a friendly business environment. We don't overregulate. We don't have an income tax. 1,300 people a day are moving to Texas. They're voting with their feet. We understand in Texas limited government, making policy that makes for good business practices so that companies are moving here. I think the Democrats are going to have a hard time selling the idea that this big government, unlimited government overreach that they stand for is what Texans want.
Congressman, hang on one second. I want to do a quick traffic and weather, come back and talk a little bit about PACs and if they're cutting into the ability to fundraise. Let's take a look at our traffic and weather together. Back to school, Mr. Austin. What do you see on the roads?
Well, we do have one problem out there, Matt. 290 inbound at Tidwell. It's a stall. It's blocking a left lane. Right now you're seeing delays far back from Fairbanks and running 30 minutes from Mason Road to 610. I-10, the Katy Freeway, looking really good there, under a half hour. Grand Parkway into the city. Coming in from the east side on I-10, it's only 20 minutes from the San Jacinto River into downtown. And coming in on the Gulf Freeway, starting to see delays build basically from Monroe to Broadway, 25 minutes Mason Road to 610. I'm Brad Austin in the KTRH, GulfCoastWindows.com 24-hour traffic center.
We got showers and thunderstorms in the forecast today. Some heavy rain, highs in the upper 80s. Keep it here. We'll keep you up to date. Slight chance of showers tonight, lows in the mid-70s, 75 at your official severe weather station, News Radio 740 Weather Radar anytime. KTRH.com, keyword Stormwatch. Time now for headlines. Shira's got those for us. Morning, Shira.
Good morning. It's now 5:52 on News Radio 740 KTRH. Our headlines are sponsored by Comcast Xfinity. A toddler has been killed after her 4-year-old brother struck her with a vehicle. Police in Westminster near Dallas say the older child got the keys to a pickup while their father was inside getting things ready to pack the truck. The little boy started the engine, put it in neutral, and it rolled forward, killing his 16-month-old sister. On the other end of the spectrum, though, a 6-year-old boy being credited with helping save a toddler who nearly drowned in a Houston area marina. Harris County Sheriff's Department says that 1-year-old boy on Saturday fell off a floating raft at a marina in Crosby, and 6-year-old Kay Xavier McCullough saw the child floating in the water, picked him up, and brought him to the surface. The toddler was brought to shore. A man performed CPR on that little boy, who was later taken to a Houston hospital. Egyptian courts are hearing separate cases today against former President Hosni Mubarak and top leaders as well of his arch-rival, the Muslim Brotherhood. Egyptian media calling this the trials of two regimes. We'll have more of these stories right now at KTRH.com and coming up here at the top of the hour.
Stuck on 45? Alternate routes coming up at the top of the hour. Now more with Matt.
It is 5:53. We're glad you're here. Congressman Randy Weber also joining us. Congressman, thanks for your time here this morning. Last election cycle, we heard a lot about PACs and the fact that the candidates, say, hey, I don't have anything to do with the PACs, no matter what they're saying about the other guy. Is it those kinds of organizations, those PACs, that are raising the majority of the money when it comes to fundraising for either party? Is that the reason why we're seeing less money going to the actual committees, the RNC or the DNC?
I don't know, Matt. In my own fundraising, of course, we went to individuals, people that knew us when we ran for Congress, and we dealt with individuals. I didn't deal with most of those super PACs that you're talking about. I'm hearing about them at the national level. I have to believe that if individuals are giving their money to super PACs, then they're going to have less money to spend. I firmly believe in going to individuals myself. Now, again, I'll go back to what I said earlier. The Democrats are trying to sell their form of government, big government here in Texas, and I don't think people are buying it. So it's no surprise to me that whether they're a Democrat PAC or they're the DCCC, as we call them, that they're having trouble raising money. I guess time will tell on the PAC issue whether or not that's going to take a chunk out of what people are able to give.
Congressman, I heard this said. You and I had a chance to talk last week in Pearland, and it was good chatting with you. And somebody, you got up to do the pledge, I believe, and somebody said, "Are you running again?" And I know they weren't, they were just kind of joking with you, but it does seem like you find yourself spending an awful lot of time raising money and running.
When I was a state rep, we ran every 2 years. Fortunately, I own an air conditioning company. I'm a small business guy, and it runs itself. So I've been blessed and afforded the time to move throughout community. So I'm able to stay in touch with the chambers and all the events, always have as a state rep and now as a congressman. So I love the fact that you stay in touch with your constituents. I think it helps to stay grounded. It stays on top of things. It lets people see that we're working for them.
Congressman, I gotta let you go, but thank you so much for joining us here this morning. I sure appreciate it. All